Fescar ma mo chargin agus falche gu raise Duolingo adventures. I will eventually translate Duolingo adventures into Gaelic, maybe when I get a bit further on. But anyway, for this video we're going to look at this section, hobbies, represented by a bouncing football. So let's take a look at the notes. Now we're going on to the past tense. So the past tense of be, which is to be, up until now we have mainly been dealing with the present tense, living in the moment. In this skill we encounter the past tense forms of the verb be. We have already encountered the present tense forms ha, chanil, avel and nachel. So we will show examples of these side by side with the past tense forms for comparison. See if you can spot a pattern. So va is was, va mi voor, I was cold. Compare with ha mi voor, I am cold. Cha rov mi bla, I was not warm. Compare with chanil mi bla, I am not warm. And anrov, the question form. Anrov eva, was it good? Compared with avel ema, is it good? Nachrov wasn't question form. Nachrov shin skunnel, wasn't that brilliant? Compared to nach el shin skunnel, isn't that brilliant? Right. And I think this is something I might have mentioned in a previous video. Gaelic has no word for yes or no. Similar to our sister languages, Irish and Manx, Scottish Gaelic has no catch-all word for yes or no. We got on perfectly fine without it. Yes and no are clearly overrated. In Gaelic, we answer a question by echoing a verb. So you use the positive or negative form of the verb that is the question was asked in. This sounds complicated, but in practice it is fairly easy to get the hang of. So basically you just agree or disagree with whatever statement. So avel uski, are you tired? If you are, you say ha, I am, yes, or chanil, no. So this makes playing the yes-no game in Gaelic very easy. Because there's no word for yes or no. So if we change the verb, the answer to the question always changes. So anrov uski, were you tired? Va, yes, and charov, no. So next one, how to talk about talking. In Gaelic, we often combine a verbal noun with a preposition. So verbal noun abruyin, talking, plus ri, preposition with. Chanil mi abruyin ri Ian. I am not talking with Ian, or I'm not talking to Ian. Often in English, we would use talking to. The literal meaning of prepositions like re don't align neatly between Gaelic and English. Look out for this. These little differences are part of what makes learning a language special. Yeah. I find that in a lot of languages, prepositions don't always translate directly to what they are in English. I noticed, just as a little aside, French prepositions, like there's a lot of ones for to, depending on whether you're going to a place or to do something to. But that's something we'll come across in the French lessons if you're following those. Anyway, let's start the lesson of hobbies. Falche gu alaba. That's welcome to Scotland. So gu is a preposition.
Gu.
And here it means to, but it can mean other things depending on the context.
Avel u kola rishauris.
So remember in the notes we had Reassurance, that's with George or to George. So it's are you Kovla
Cola.
together? Are you together with George? Falche gu alaba. If any tourists are coming into like Scottish airports, sometimes you'll see Falche gu alaba when you come in, when you check in, or when you arrive in the airport. Then that's what it
Fashk
means.
ith glasachu.
Fashk means near.
Fashk.
So near Glasgow literally means near to Glasgow. So
Vil u levig sin?
so that's are you was that layeth?
Levig.
Are you reading? Oh no, I messed that up. So it's are you reading that? Not are that reading you.
Va mi aun a mulle?
There's the first example of the past tense we've come across. I was in Mull.
Chanil mi skrivig?
So I am not. Skrive looks similar to scribe in English, which means writing. And plus it just looks so similar to a lot of the other words for to write I've come across in other languages, like écrire, escribir, escrivi, escrivo, scrive or scrivere in Italian. Anyway, that's not important to Gaelic.
Ha mi skrivig hast?
Ha
Ha.
mi skrivig
Skrivig.
hast.
Hast. Va.
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 I am not together with Ian. Chanil mi kovla re Ian.
Fashk ith Ian?
Near to Ian or near Ian. In English, you don't always need to have put to when you're talking about being near someone. Are you reading that? Avel u aloi liyev shin. I am writing again. Ha mi escriva arish. I was warm. Va mi bla. I am together with James. Ha mi kovla richemis. Oh. Near Ian. Fisk Ian. There we go. First lesson complete of hobbies. So you haven't really come across many hobbies. It seems to be more about introducing a couple of prepositions and the past tense, but we'll keep going. Yeah, just like that lesson we had about animals we learned about two animals and lots of other things. Anyway, I digress again, as I always do. But letter is licher.
Lichter.
Licher. Just to make sure I was pronouncing that correctly. Library. Leverlin.
Lewerlaun.
Leverlaun. Okay.
Lewerlaun uur.
A new library.
Charo mi tolichtje.
I was not happy.
Va I fuer een J.
It was cold. And J is yesterday, I think.
J.
Yep. I just assumed that because it made sense in the context.
Va iet a koshach.
They were a koshak walking.
Va I fuer een J.
Va
Va. I.
fuer
Food.
J. suppose it would have been fine if I put an J there, but
Va mi rui.
I was running. Array.
Rui.
Array, yeah.
8.
Air.
8.
It was hot yesterday. Va I che an J.
Va mi levig lichtjer.
I was reading a letter. You were walking. Va u a coisiach. I was not happy. Charov mi tolichtje. I was running. Ha mi a rui. A big letter. Liter vor, or licher vor. So licher is a feminine word. Okay, that's nice to know. A big library. Oh, and there's another one. Leierlang vor. There we go. Lesson 2 complete. So let's continue. So lesson 3 of 5, I'm assuming.
Va mi ski rir.
I was tired. A rare is last night.
Right.
I only know that because I've come across it in some episodes of Speaking Our Language. A rare.
Vilu kerst geleur. Ha.
Are you okay? Yes.
Va mi ski rir.
Va. Mi.
Ski. A rare. I was tired last night.
Charo iat a cattle itcher.
They were not a couple sleeping at all.
Vilu kerst geleur. Chanel.
Are you okay? No. Oh dear. Avelu cash galore? Ha.
Charo Callum a snav.
That's Callum wasn't swimming.
An ro'u a koshach.
Were you walking? Were you running? Anrov u arai?
Va mi a cattle.
That's I was sleeping. Are you here? Yes. Avel u ansho? Ha. They were not swimming. Charov yad a snav. I was sleeping. Va mi a cattle. Are you okay? No. Avel shiv gema? No, avelu kash galore. Chanel. It was cold last night. Ha I fur a rair. Were you reading? Anrov u aloyach. There we go. So, that's lesson 3 of 5 complete. So let us continue. Lesson 4 of Hobbies.
Charomi aun an alapanuag riev.
So that's I was Is ariamh never? Yeah.
Riamh.
So I was never in Nova Scotia.
Nach raibh ski.
Weren't you tired?
A bhfuil dul in your niche.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Or Inverness, in this case.
An raibh chin. Charó.
Were you... Shane was... That was ill, wasn't it?
Chin.
Were you ill? No, I wasn't. Charoff.
An raibh fuair. Charó.
And
An.
ro,
Ró.
u, fu,
Fuair.
ka,
Cha.
charov.
Ró.
Oh, they pronounce it raw rather than rov. Guess it's a regional thing whether you pronounce it raw or rov. Anyway.
Bha mi a bring the Seamus.
That's... I was talking with James. I remember that example from the notes. Va mi a brian
Ri.
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 I am still going to Inverness. Ha mi a dul gu innernish hast.
Va mi a bring rimari.
I was speaking with Mary. I was speaking to Callum. Va mi a brian ri Callum.
Nach raibh fuair.
Weren't you cold? Were you cold? No. An rov u fuair charov. I was never in Canada. Cha rov mi an Canada ariamh. Weren't you tired? Nach rov u ski. I was never in Nova Scotia. Cha rov mi an Alabama ariamh. Oh no, an. Yes. I'm going to Inverness. Ha mi a dul gu in your niche. And there we go. That means I'm swimming to Inverness. Don't think I could really swim there. Not sure if there's a direct river that goes from Edinburgh to Inverness. I'll just take the train like everyone else. At 80% complete, so last lesson of hobbies. Farm, I'll assume is tuanus.
Tuanus.
Tuanus. Bridge, drochage.
Drochage. Show. Drochage.
This is a bridge.
Va mi cola rimarsting.
I was together with Martin.
Va iet a shine a riist.
They were singing again. A shine is singing.
Va iet cola rimarsting.
Va
Iet.
cola
Cola.
ri
Ri.
Marstein.
Marstein. Va mi awn. Fisker and J.
I was an fisker. Oh, I was there yesterday afternoon. Right, so you have to put
Fisker.
So you basically have to say I was there afternoon yesterday rather than yesterday afternoon. Okay.
Charomi awn.
That's going to be confusing.
Matting and J.
And here's another example. I was there yesterday morning. Excuse me. Oh shit! I was not. Didn't see char.
Yn roi y streep.
Was she a sreep climbing?
Streep.
Climbing, yep.
Cola.
Covala.
Cola.
Were you near a farm, grandfather? An rov shiv fisk ar tuanis a hainer. Starting to get into really
Dami fashk tuahannes.
starting to get into more complicated sentences now in Gaelic. So that's I was near a farm, or near to a farm. He was not climbing. Charov a srep. It was sunny yesterday morning. Va I Yerianach Madan a J. And J. They were singing again. Va Yed a Shane a Riish. It was wet yesterday afternoon. Va I Fliach Fisker and J.
Charomi aun matting and J.
Oh, this is the one I got wrong. I was not there yesterday morning. Not getting caught out that one again. So there we go. That's Hobbies. Although it was mostly lessons in the past tense and introducing some more prepositions, which I'm sure we'll have prepositional pronoun forms, which we'll learn later, which will be fun. There we go. Reached level 1 in Hobbies. So there we go. That's it for this video. So the next lesson we'll discuss. Next 3 lessons we'll discuss travel, feelings to, and countries. So yeah, if we ever want to travel the world and speak Gaelic to wherever, or just learn about more countries. Right, so we're almost over halfway through the course now. Brilliant. So I'll see you very soon for the next 3 videos. Until then, cheery and draste.